Hello, beautiful crafty friends. It's Priscilla with another video. Before I get started, I am going to do a teeny tiny haul from Pop Shelf. A lot of Pop Shelves are closing, and I was aware of that on YouTube by watching all you girls doing your videos. And I just wanted to check out my Pop Shelf. I was like, I have FOMO, fear of missing out on them clearance items. However, the one that I went to go visit is in the Tampa Bay area. They unfortunately are not closing, supposedly. I spoke to one of the sales representatives, and she said that they were not closing anytime soon. So, I mean, it's the same with Joann's. I've asked them back in the day if they were closing, and in the long run, they ended up closing anyway. It's all about, I guess, their numbers and how much sales they, are able to achieve and all that. I know they were closing a couple down, but I thought we were on the list when I looked it up. But like I said, it's here and there, but, I did pick up a few tiny items. My big haul was on the body care. So I'm not going to post all of that. I'm not going to show all of that stuff, but I will show a little, like 2 or 3 items that I did purchase. These are originally $3. They're really good. They are aroma, it's like aroma fields is what they call it, but or aroma fresh, I can't remember. I think it's aroma fields. I love their white jasmine body lotion. It's not Bath and Body Works, it's just thinner, drier. I don't like too much oil on my skin. I do like to stay moisturized. So, but the white jasmine smells lovely, and that's originally $3, and I only paid $1.50 because they were 50% off. The body washes are $4, and I only paid $2 for the bottles, and they're get a quite nice size. So I racked up on those. Another one of my favorite is the coconut mint. It smells so nice. So it just keeps your skin hydrated. I love to have this stuff, especially during the summer when we're doing summer camp. I never take the summer off. As a teacher, we work summer camp, so we have the option to be off in the summer. I don't want to take off, so I just always rack up on the face mist. They have like these really smelly good face mist stuff that they sell. Also, they have a 2-pack, and I'll show you that because I'm giving that to my swap partner. I'm gonna go ahead and show everybody my Outgoing swap for the Paper Shack swap group on Facebook. Oh God, my words. Ann LaCastro is hosting that. So an embellishment box exchange swap with a sweet treat and I think a crafter's choice or something like that. But anyway, I always overdo it. I don't know why I'm like that. I just, this is perfect for me because I just started, and over the years I have accumulated so many beads and embellishments, and it's good to destash and send beautiful things to friends and share the wealth. Why not, right? But yeah, they also have these moisturizers. They're just clear. They're made with shea butter. You get 2 in a pack. I thought those were pretty cool. I got myself one. I got my swap partner one. These paper clips, believe it or not, I don't have any paper clips. I'm a teacher, okay? I don't have the mini ones, like the heart ones and the little cutesy fruitsy ones, but I thought these were cool because I see everybody, using them with their, what do you call it, their toppers, their bag toppers and stuff. So I figured I'd pick some up for me, see how I like it, and just to have around, I thought they were pretty cute. Another thing that I purchased was, now these come in a pack of 5. And I believe I saw Lacey haul them in her Pop Shelf haul. So I went ahead and picked up 2 packs of each. These were $1. They were not, unfortunately, 50 cents, but they were $1. And they come with a real neon nice brights, which is the orange, the fluorescent pink, the silver, the neon green, and the blue. And you know what I'm thinking, right? I've been waiting for a 90s, 80s swap. And hopefully I get good enough to host one. If not, I'm praying that one of you girls hosts an 80s swap or a 90s swap when you have time, because I'm collecting the items for it. I'm even on a hunt for some jelly bracelets, girls. And remember, I don't know if you remember those charm bracelets. So you used to hook up the little plastic charms. I'm getting some of those too for my swap. I also found these little fluorescent jemmies. I thought they were cute too. So I'm saving these for my rainy day when I want to make 80s crafts, 80s projects. That way they're ready to go when I'm ready for that swap. When we get that swap. Uh, Last two things was just a thin ribbon, $1. I get 5 yards. This is like a flush pink, you can't really tell, but and then a black. So always need ribbon, right? I have very, very thick ribbon. I have all kinds of trim and lace, but I do not have the thinner one. So I figure pink and black, I'm gonna try it out, see how I like it. I think I used it. It's a little too sheer. I used it on one of the bags, but hey, why not, right? $1. Oh, actually, not last. I purchased this shaker mix. I love it, guys. It's all the springs. It has butterflies, flowers, and the colors are amazing. So I saw that. That was $3, but you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab that because it just caught my eye, and I just fell in love with it for the spring to make some shakers, and it just had all the colors, you know. So goes nice with anything, really. And that's that. Okay, so for Anne LaCantro's swap, we had to create an embellishment box, and this is what I came up with. I added a pretty bow. I have this ribbon, this trim laying around. I have tons of it, and I made a bow and I hot glued it up there. I have these flowers that I've had forever, but you can buy them still even at the expos. Eyelet Outlet sells them, and I've had them. What I did was I added a little, those little Hobby Lobby little mini cabochons with little pearls. I added that in there. Added another flower, put that together because they come in separate pieces. You have to put them together, whether it's glue them or use a brad or whatever you decide you want to do. I hot glued them and added the little cabochon thing from Hobby Lobby. These are Dollar Tree flowers. I thought they were amazing. I picked those up, and I've had them for a while, and I just hot glued them down. I only hot glued a petal down to give it dimension, so this way they can stick up from, you know, leaning against the other flowers. Here I used a blue flower, same thing, piece it together, put the cabochon, and then add Dollar Tree flowers here. And then the paper collection is from a Joann's paper pad that I had hauled when they were closing. I want to say I only paid $8 for the pad, and it had all the kind of springy floral, sentiments, words, cut aparts, a whole bunch of good stuff. So I used that paper, popped this Create on foam, and then, yeah, so that's what I did. Now, the birdie, I want to say it's from a Tim Holtz paper collection that I have. It's like a ephemera pack. So cute. That little birdie is so, so, so cute. I love him. He's so, so cute. So the bird I found in Tim Holtz, my Tim Holtz stash, and then the bow around his neck, I placed it there. I thought it was so cute. That is a Temu die, and I posted the link on the Facebook group because one of the girls were interested for that die, and let me see if I can find it because I don't know where it is, but anyway. I had it somewhere in here. It's in one of my bags. I have all these bags just laying around with what I'm working with, like my dyes that I'm currently working with. One has a whole bunch of coffee dyes. The other one has spring dyes. Big mess, guys. But that's a crafter's life, right? So anyway, it's a small die and layer. It's a 3-layer die, and it comes with 2 different kind of bows. And I added a little pearl in the center to give it a little pop. This trim right here, these are from Michael's. I don't know if you guys, when you guys go and look at the end caps, they have like a whole bunch of trim every season for Christmas, for Easter time, springtime, for, you know, Halloween, all kinds of holidays. 4th of July, they always have a whole bunch of trim. So I buy that trim and I save it in a bucket. I'd rather buy the trim than the ribbon because I'm more likely to use a trim than I am the ribbon. The ribbon on a spool takes up a lot of space. At least the trim I can roll up, wrap it in little rubber band hair rubber bands, little clear rubber bands I sell, and just store them in a container. It lasts forever, and you can fit thousands of them in there, and it won't take up as much space as a spool of ribbon. All right, so yeah, so that's the cover of my embellishment box. Then inside, I have, now mind you guys, this is a container from Daiso. I got this at Daiso, like $1.75, I think. So yeah, so it has 10 slots, 10 compartments. I have a ton of beads, a ton of everything you want to name it. This, like I said, this was perfect for my D-stash to give my partner, you know, share the wealth, right? Share the wealth, because I think I have like 20, 30, 40, 50 bins of beads. It's just a lot, guys. So this was a perfect opportunity for me to share. So yeah, so the bows that I'm talking about come in 2 styles. So they layer up to 3, like stack in 3. So what I did was I made different color bows. I made an orange, hold on, blue, yellow, pink. So I can't tell you how many of these I packed her. It's pretty packed. I packed her, sent her pretty much the whole collection that I made to fit in the one compartment. Then the second compartment, I have handmade paper flowers, and she can add jemmies too in the center. And then some of those Dollar Tree little flowers. I thought those were cute. In this compartment, I gifted her some coffee mugs I had got for Mika's coffee and donut swap, but I have so many, so I gifted her those. I gifted her macaroons, embellishments, what is that? A boba tea, bumblebee beads, a silicone bead for, you know, and then flowers, more flowers, some flowers, a bee, just springy things for her so she can utilize if she needs them, because she said that, I did ask her, we reached out to each other, and she said it is spring, so she's sticking with the theme, so I figured give her all the nice things. I didn't show you these. I hauled these also yesterday from Pop Shelf. They were in the party section. I believe they're like wine glass charm thingies, but it came in orange, the cream, a reddish, and then I don't know the other color, but it was like 8 of them in a pack. So I thought those were cool. She wants to add charms around them and gift those. Also, I try to put all the tassels together. So this is like a beaded tassel I got from Hobby Lobby. I put some of those in there, and then your basic tassels over here that are just, you know. Oh, and she also has a tiny macaroon. So yeah, so that's in that compartment. All right. And then in this one, it's just a whole bunch of blinged out bows, shiny butterflies, buttons, orange, yellow, blue, just a whole bunch of goodness. You know, gave her all those. Just a whole bunch of just fun stuff. So I put that in there. On this side, we have, she does love Disney. She told me she loved Disney, so I sent her quite a few of the Mickey ears in different colors, and some, you know, candy beads, like all the pastel candy beads, pastel balls, and then, because they are spring colors, and then I sent her 2 of the bunny erasers she can make charms out of, and a chick and a carrot, along with more silicone Easter color, spring color beads. And this one I wanted to make it a little bit more pinkish, more girlish, so I sent her a bow. These are wire wrap. I sent her some sweet besties. I love this bead here, because you could just, it's one of those circle beads that you can just add another bead to it. So these are like all pinkish, pink star, you know, just all purple, pinky girl. And then I didn't have space for the love beads, so I just threw those love beads in there. Everybody has these love beads from Hobby Lobby, so I put those in there. The next one I sent her was, and then there's Dream. I got in there. I don't know how I got in there. Wired wrap as well, for a bee theme. She got a couple. Ooh, don't go to her. Bees here. I sent her some bee charms. One with bling. Just a whole bunch of bead, black and yellow. She needed to do a bead theme. And then the rest, of course, are all rainbows. I have so many of these rainbow beads and these small, tiny little sea beads that I wired a couple and said, you know what, I'm going to send her those wired beads. There's singles, there's stacked, there's, you know, and then I like to use the hooks with the eyes at the end, because if you want to attach and make them longer, you can. So that's why I did that, you know, if you're doing a keychain or something. So yeah, so this is all going to go to her. I hope she loves it. This is for her. This is her spring embellishment box. So yeah, I love that. That came out super cute. Like I said, it was not a whole, we weren't supposed to send a whole bunch of stuff, but I love to de-stash. So what I did here was I made my own bag topper, because these bags I purchased from Daiso as well. They're like kind of like a larger sandwich bag. It's like a little spring goodie bag, and it has a, like, you know, the handle for the goodie bag. So yeah, I did that. So what I did was I made my topper, added the wording. I didn't add foam, just a little dangle on the side with an upholstery pin. And then I sent her rosettes. You guys have all seen my rosettes on Instagram, so I'm not going to take them out. I made so many, so I gifted her orange, blue, pink, purple, mint green, white, yellow, and then those are the paper rosettes. And then the other ones that are crepe, I sent her white, yellow, purple, blue, like a nice bright orangey, neon orange almost, and a pink, a pastel pink in there. So yeah, and then I added these little charms on the side. So cute. I do not have a whole bunch of bag toppers, but for now, I'm okay with making them. You know, I have tiny, small bag topper, you know, guys, but I'm good with, you know, making my own stuff too, you know. I like the originality of everything, as long as it's a little cheesy. I mean, sometimes I'm too quick and I'll make things a little too plain, but I will make them to where they are, like, if it's shaker, you know, or if it's like bows, I will send them out and they will look nice. But I like the plain look myself, because I know that I love to embellish my own things. But of course, with the swaps, you have to start, you know, I do have to start embellishing items, because, you know, that's just what, you know, our swapping partners expect, you know, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. This one, I did the same thing, put happy on this one, 2 beautiful glass beads on an upholstery hook, and in this bag, I gifted her, let me take it out because so we can see. Okay, so I had did a surprise swap, and a lot of the things I was supposed to send Lacey. I bought so many things. I'm sorry, Lacey, if you're watching this, but I know you don't need this. I bought like 3 or 4, I think 2 of these pens. But I saw, I'm like, hey, I didn't send it. Oh my God. And then I opened the bag again and I said, oh my God, I have ribbon in there. I didn't send it. So this is one of the items, but I am sending this to her. It's like a nice little pen that you can change colors. And then in here is the lip balm that I was showing you. The Shea Butter comes with 2. I purchased those. Those were on sale, so I got her those for that. Summer's coming, spring's coming. You know, she lives in California, so why not, right? Keep her lips hydrated. And then with this here, I gifted her a whole bunch of, I want to say Tim Holtz florals and birdies. So I gave her those. Those are for my de-stashing those, because I have so many of them. And then I have so many of these floral stickers and frame stickers that I thought they were pretty for spring, and she can use them on a card, or she can use them in a journal. I used to do a lot of journaling. I have slowed down a ton. I don't know why, but you know, I get into that mood where, oh, okay, I'm bored of this. So I'll switch to the next. I do love collaging though. I'll never get bored of collaging. That's my to-go-to when I'm like coming from work, like I said, and I'm stressed out. I'm like, hey, it's time to cut some papers out and, you know, make a cover for a, you know, an album or a journal, or make some ATC cards, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, but yeah, I'll put those in back later. So yeah, that is my outgoing swap for Anne LaCantro's what do you call it? Embellishment box swap on the Paper Shack swap group on Facebook. If you're not following them, you should. It is amazing. I have learned so much. I'm thankful to Anne for introducing me to this wonderful community. I'm ever so thankful and grateful for you, Anne. You know that. I do have some, after these swaps, because she has introduced me to everyone, and everyone's hosting swaps, and I'm always saying, yeah, I'm in. I have so many right now. I have a pocket letter swap on that group that's going out. I have a Memdex ATC swap that has to be due before the 1st of May. So I'm pretty busy with all these swaps. Like this one I'm already done with. That one will go out. I just got to get a sweet treat. And then the pocket letter, I'm sure you guys have seen if you're following me on Instagram. I have posted that. I'm pretty much done with that. I am going to send a couple, like 1 or 2 more items with this, whether it be Pokey Tools, pens, or dangle. I do have this pocket letter that I have created, and it's a bee theme. And in the back, I have all the goodies: bee charms, flowers, sequence mix, sentiments. There's a lot of them. It looks a little like there's a little, but there's a lot in there. Some trim, eyelash trim. Underneath that, you have some ephemera pieces, all bee themed. So yeah, and there's tags and all that good stuff in here. So, and I also put them in little pink baggies that I purchased from Temu. I thought it would make it look a lot more cleaner, nice, because the theme is yellow, black, white, you know, and pink. So yeah, so I'm not done with this. I have to pack it up and send some more other items with it, but hey, you know, little by little. After that, after the swaps, I'm hoping I'm able to catch up and send Happy Mail to all my beautiful friends that I've made on here and surprise them with, you know, some of the wonderful items that I do have. I have a lot of dies. Some of them are duplicates. I did send one to Lacey. It was a dupe of Tim Holtz Halloween die. You know, reach out to me. Let me know what your favorite dies are. What's your theme? You know, like, what do you like? I have so much Halloween, so much Christmas, and, you know, it's just sitting here. And I know I can utilize them, but in order for me to purchase all new dies, I do have to destash. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. You know, I will post a set of dies, and it's first come, first serve. I'm not selling them. I am just mailing them out. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. One more thing on that swap, I did create a Pokey Tool. It has a pretty little, the same trim that the box has a bow on top, and just a pretty Pokey Tool with some pretty pink beads. I think it looks so cute for her. So yeah, well, that is all for now, folks. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like, share. I hope to make more crafty friends. I'm so excited. My viewers list is already at 36, which I'm surprised. That's awesome for me. And I will catch you in the next one. If you're not following the Paper Shack group, please follow them on Facebook. Bye.